Get ready to dive into a world where empires stand on the brink of war and terrible monsters tear at the fragile borderlands of men. The Adventurer-Conqueror King System Imperial Imprint, or as we like to call it, Acts 2, is now live on Kickstarter. Acts 2 is the new edition of the acclaimed best-selling fantasy role-playing game. You'll find everything you need to enjoy epic fantasy campaigns with a sweeping scope. Whether you want to crawl through dungeons, experiment with alchemy, crossbreed monsters, run a merchant emporium, raise an undead legion, or even conquer an empire, Acts 2 supports your playstyle. Acts 2 integrates experience point mechanics, making campaign activities a seamless part of the core gameplay loop. Your character levels up in new and exciting ways each time you play, adding massive replayability to each of your adventures. Acts 2 offers 18 character classes, 378 spells, new combat mechanics, and so much more. Support Acts 2 on Kickstarter today.
How powerful is the Cox network? So powerful that one day, the internet will let your doctor perform miracles from thousands of miles away.
Connecting to remote operating room.
Giving a whole new meaning to the term house call.
Operation complete.
The Cox network. With gig speeds everywhere. It's internet built for tomorrow, today. Cox, bringing us closer. In Cox serviceable areas, speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms apply. Other restrictions may apply. How powerful is the Cox network? So powerful that one day, the internet will let your doctor perform miracles from thousands of miles away.
Connecting to remote operating room.
Giving a whole new meaning to the term house call.
Operation complete.
The Cox network. With gig speeds everywhere, it's internet built for tomorrow, today. Cox, bringing us closer. In Cox serviceable areas, speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms apply. Other restrictions may apply.
Knocked Prone is a clean, chaotic, and deep podcast for D&D nerds. Find more ways to support our show in the episode description.
Last time on Knocked Prone, you notice that Selene's Azamar appearance begins to warp. Her celestial features begin to twist and start to take on a more sinister appearance.
I don't know what this means. I don't feel any different, but I don't want this to ruin things between me and everybody here. Right now, that's all I really care about.
Can everyone stop for a second? You know how the random Chad, Bingy, Lingy, whatever their names are, Granny D mentioned how they go looking for heartstones? We had one in our ship, and they disappeared, and we left the ship unattended. They could easily get it without anyone even knowing on the ship.
We can't just leave that, and obviously we can't leave our other people that are just waiting there.
A couple of us have to go back and check on the ship, and I would like to be a part of that.
We need to stay as strong as we can in numbers, so Efimia, I'll come with you. You get the soul stones. We take care of our business, Thry-Crane Canyon.
What if we meet you there?
I think that's perfect.
Whether you're a halfling, a giant, or somewhere in between,
Round the table with your friends, playing Dungeons and Dragons.
And if life ever knocks you down, your dice will surely turn around. Roll your stats, it's time to quest. Let's put your characters to the test.
We are going to join you guys. You are walking back from Granny D's garbage lair. So you're walking through these huge piles of trash in one man's trash wasteland. As you're walking back together, you start hearing a feminine voice in the distance as you're approaching where the ship was. So you hear in the distance, "Oh my gosh, I just have to write this down. Finch, my amazing fiance, just became the leader of Ethos Summit.
Oh my goodness.
Can you believe it?
No.
I am just bursting with pride and love for him.
What is happening?
I just hope I can live up to his expectations as his future wife. I mean, how could I possibly be as amazing as he is? I'm still thinking about how Grom got mad at me.
Can I attempt to tackle?
You are far away from this. You are hearing this in well in the distance.
I'm at least gonna start running.
Start running? Okay. As you're running, she continues. I thought I was great friends with Grom, but it turns out I was wrong. What if everyone else in the party doesn't like me either, and they're too scared of me because I'm the butcher? Anyway, thanks for listening, diary. Love, Selene.
Efimia is just going to run after her.
Pathetic. And you hear a diary get like tossed into a garbage pile. And then you hear, you really shouldn't meddle in other people's things, Sludge. Wars are fought over lesser battles. How else are we supposed to find this guy? Wait, quiet. Do you hear something? You guys are running. Both of you roll me stealth with disadvantage.
Stealth with disadvantage.
You're running!
No, I'm just saying the fact that you're still having us roll stealth.
I would have gotten a dirty 20.
Oh,
I got an 11.
11.
I rolled with disadvantage and got a 28.
Wow.
Because
Okay, I will have it that Selene, you are not seen, but Efimia, you trip over a pile of garbage as
Sounds
you're
right.
running, and you guys both come onto the clearing that the ship is in. About 70 feet away from you, on one side of the ship, is this orcish woman who was looking over Selene's diary and threw it away. Next to her, on the ground hogtied, you see Cassidy and War, and then on the other side of the ship, you see an elderly orc who is looking over the ship. Everyone roll me initiative.
So I'm originally running for this woman.
You guys can make it about 30 feet in from where you are.
That was just me knocking over Efimia. She tripped over garbage.
Oh, yes, I forgot.
That's why I just threw her on the table. Don't mind me.
So, Selene, Efimia causes kind of a commotion, and they are fully trained on Efimia. They don't see you. You're running through this clearing. There's nothing covering you. With a 28 stealth, they can't perceive you.
I'm not thinking about that at all, okay? Red face, hot ears. I'm just like sprinting at this woman who had my diary. And then as I see that she tossed it into the pile, into like the garbage pile, I almost just go for the diary. But then as I get closer and I quickly assess the situation to see Cassidy and War tied up, and obviously like these guys are causing them problems and around our ship and everything, I go from the woman to my tossed diary, back to the woman, and I'm just like running for her to tackle her.
16.
8.
Sludge is going to go first. Sludge is this orcish woman. You heard the older man kind of say her name as the older orc was reprimanding her for reading your diary. She's going to run towards you also, Efimia, because she can't see where Selene is. She'll run in your direction, Efimia, and she'll look at you dead in the face, not seeing Selene, even though she's right in front of her.
She's just so sneaky.
She's just so sneaky. You do like the PETA in Hunger Games where you have like just paint all over your face, but it's just garbage that you like smear. You camouflage yourself as garbage.
Somehow this, tall pink rogue invisible in the garbage.
Their favorite enemy are half-elves because as she looks at you, she says, "Hey, where is he? Zag, where is he?"
Who is Zag? And Efimia this time has, by the way, gotten up by now.
Roll me a deception check.
You likey. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what'd you roll?
I got a nat 1.
Oh no!
I'm going to hand over an inspiration on that one because
With you handing over inspiration, I'm going to re-roll their perception because they also rolled a nat 20. So with your inspiration, we're just going to reset. So nat 1, nat 20 away.
Wow.
I got a 14.
So with a natural 16, unfortunately, she's going to see through your lie a little bit and she's going to sniff the air. I smell him on you! And then she's gonna ready an action because she can't reach you in that time. And with that, Efimia, you are up.
I think I'm just gonna go forward. I recognize that, obviously she can tell that I'm lying. Typically, I'm pretty decent about it, but tripping on my face kind of threw me off my game. So Efimia's gonna rush forward if we're 30 feet away, about 25 feet.
Okay.
And she is going to use her rapier. 19.
That will hit.
Sweet. I'm gonna do it again. That one wasn't as good. It was a 9.
A 9 to hit? Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, that won't hit. As you swing down and hit her, go ahead and roll damage. But as you do this, she's going to use one of her reactions. This is called Wrath of the Rancid. When a creature hits Sludge with an attack, Sludge can use her reaction to cause the creature to make a dex save. The creature takes a certain amount of damage on a fail and a certain amount of damage on a success. As she gets closer, you see that she is covered in like these bottles of poisons and like acids and like all these alchemical things. She pulls one of the acids from off of her belt as you swing to hit her, and you hit right into this acid. And so go ahead and roll me a dex save as well as your damage.
All right. For total damage, a 13. And then for my dexterity save, I only got 12.
A 12, unfortunately, that is going to fail. So you are going to take 15 points of acid damage as this acid grenade kind of just explodes on you as you attack Sludge. And with that, is that the end of your turn, Efimia?
Because she's within 10 feet of me, I'm going to choose Sludge and use my Channel Divinity, so I gain advantage on attack rolls for 1 minute or until it drops to 0 HP or unconscious.
Awesome. So what color is your enmity's like aura, would you say?
Her dress is blue and like kind of tannish, so I'm going to go with like blue with a tan outer edge.
Okay, yeah. So she kind of shines with this bluish, tannish aura around her. With that, it's going to be Selene. You are up. So you are currently hidden. So if you take any attacks this round, you will have advantage on them.
I don't know if I've tackled a player before. Can you talk me through the mechanics of that?
Yes, it's a shove mechanic. So what it is contexted strength versus their dexterity. You would roll athletics. They would roll acrobatics. If you were to win, they get shoved back, I think, 5 feet and knocked prone. If you were to lose, nothing happens.
Okay, I'm sticking with this. This is my role play decision.
Okay.
Even though my strength is my second lowest stat.
Okay. So roll me a athletics, but you will have advantage since you are hidden.
First roll's a 5. Good thing we have advantage.
They got a 9 plus 5, so you have to beat a 14 in order to shove them over.
Okay.
What's your bonus?
0.
A 0, so you have to get a 14. Roll it out in the middle. I want to see it.
That's a 7.
Oh no!
I really want to use inspiration.
Oh, no.
This is why I have no inspiration.
Use
Is because
it.
I burn it so easy.
I just burn all of mine in combat because I have no idea what I'm doing a good chunk of the time, and so I'm just like, "Nyeh."
6.
A 6? Do you want? You said it here. Trade me dice.
It's fine. It's fine. Look, we can still salvage this role play moment. We're just gonna say that in my emotional rage that I was sprinting towards this orcish woman who, for a second, my feelings overtook me and I believed that I could push over, which does not make any sense. And then like I do that like movie-like thing. Where they're just like standing there like a tree, and I just like run into her and like doesn't budge an inch. So I'm knocked down a couple pegs, and it's okay. I'll spend the rest of my turn picking up my ego, and I'm going to use my bonus action to hide in shame.
Okay. Yeah. So you're standing right in front of her. So I'm going to set this DC at 20. So roll me a stealth check.
To hide in trash. Calculating 25.
25. Okay. Somehow you spook Sludge. She's like, I just attacked a ghost.
I pop up out of nowhere.
Snack
her. And then just disappear.
And Efimia's just rolling her eyes at this and be like, okay.
I love it. Okay, and with that, that's the end of Selene's turn. It is going to be the old man's turn. He's going to be like, Sludge, do we really have to do this? They're not even fighting us. And Sludge looks over at him. They know where Zag is, I know it! And so he's going to be like, shouldn't meddle in other people's business. And he will walk forward, and seeing that he can't see Selene, he will attack you, Efimia.
Sounds about right.
He will pull out his longbow, and he'll give you kind of like a nod, Efimia, and he says, it's nothing personal. In my younger age, I probably wouldn't have done this. Well, I'm sorry. She's my niece. And he rolls a 15 to hit.
Nope.
His first shot will miss you.
Efimia just put up her shield.
Yeah, it like dinks off it.
Yeah, it just like kind of like hit it and fell flat, and she's just like raising her arms like, really?
He like rubs his eyes. He's like, I need to get glasses.
It wasn't even like actually going to hit her. She like kind of just swatted it from the side.
The second one will be a 6 to hit. My contact lenses are in my eyes right now. Can you come check on them for me? And he like looks at you, and then he'll shoot a third time, and that will be a 18 to hit.
It's 18.
I'm sorry, but you'll only take 1d8. You'll take 10 points of piercing damage as a contact lens on the end of one of these arrows is going to shoot you in the shoulder. And he's like, the contact fell out of my eye. Does anyone see a contact lens? And with that, that'll be the end of his turn.
Sad.
It is back up to Sludge's turn. And Sludge is going to take a multi-attack on the only target that she can see.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, this is bad. This is a really bad idea.
19 to hit, unfortunately. I'm sorry. And a 23 to hit.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
so sorry. That's going to be 18 points of piercing damage.
Yep.
And I need you to make me 2 Constitution saving throws.
Okay. At what point is it considered bloodied?
Half hit points.
We're not quite there, but we're on the precipice.
Okay.
I'm approaching death's door.
I'm pretty mad about, like, chilling there as this old man shooting at me.
My contact is gone.
Well, it's in Efimia's arm now. So, okay, 2 Constitution saving rolls. 12.
12 will not pass.
And the next one's... Really? Next one was also a 12?
Oh no. So you will have the poisoned condition until the end of Sludge's next turn.
What does being poisoned do necessarily to me?
Poisoned creature has disadvantage on attacks and ability checks.
So if I have advantage on attacks right now...
It cancels out.
Yeah!
Hey!
So you will take 21 points of acid damage as this poison-coated weapon is going to slash into you.
Yeah, I'm bloodied now.
I'm sorry.
And Efimia is just going to shout out into the darkness, Selene, really?
She's 5 feet away from you. You can't see her.
I know, just shouting out.
There's just a pile of garbage mysteriously next to you.
I'm just frozen in embarrassment. Eye twitching. I'll snap back to it.
I understand you being embarrassed. You just had your diary read in front of everyone.
In front of my best friend.
And it was an embarrassing entry.
It was a juicy entry. So thank you for that. With that, Efimia, you are up.
All right. Efimia's going to go in with her rapier again. She's just going to go for it, and she is not feeling good.
Yeah, I mean, you're poisoned. Like, you kind of feel kind of sick to your stomach, but since you have your aura on Sludge, you will have advantage that will counteract the poisoning. So you will straight roll on Sludge.
Okay, and Efimia is just going to shout out into the darkness again. I guess I'll handle this by myself.
Can you speak to ghosts? Oh no! They're all around me, aren't they?
She's just gonna have, and with like her good arm, try to one arm rapier it, like just straight on. And that's a 22 to hit.
A 22 will definitely hit.
And then we got a dirty 20.
A dirty 20 will also hit.
So 6 plus 4, 10. 14.
So you deal 24 points of damage to Sludge. She is definitely bloodied. She looks within 10 hit points of health.
Yeah, I'd like to use my bonus action with my feet. When you take the attack action and attack with only a sword, you can use a bonus action to make a melee attack with the opposite end of the weapon. So I'm going to try to go at her with a blunt handle.
Okay.
With my modifier, it's 21.
A 21 will definitely hit.
All right. And yeah, so Efimia is just going to, after hitting her twice with her one arm, like her left arm isn't even holding on to it, then she just spins around and goes in with the blunt end. And that's going to be for another 3.
Another 3. She has 7 hit points left. She knocks herself down, almost like a delayed reaction to Selene shoving her, because she's within so few hit points. And she says, "We just want Zag." With that, she's knocked prone. Both of you take a point of inspiration.
Yeah.
Knock prone! Knock prone! Efimia's gonna just shout out into the darkness once again. Selene, permission granted.
Okay, and with that, Selene, you are up.
The boys aren't around to give us some moral compass.
Girls rules.
We gonna kill some things.
Meanwhile, Cassidy and War are tied up in the corner. They look up at you. And with that, it's your turn, Selene. You are hidden right now, so you have advantage on your attack.
Efimia at least wants to shout at Sludge. What do you want Zag for?
We work for his father. We have your dog, and we'll give him back, or her back, for Zag.
Ooh.
Yeah, and as you guys are scanning the battlefield, you don't see Avery anywhere.
Well, I was gonna go like sleeper agent mode and just kill this lady. Actually, maybe I will. We still have old man, who's much less threatening. Okay, well, sleeper agent activated, as Efimia gave me the permission words, and I'm gonna do my huge. And with the sneak attack I have from being hidden, I'm gonna take out my all pike, and I'm gonna try to slash Sludge. 18 to hit.
An 18 will hit.
Oh, good.
Meets beats.
Good. So that's 6 points of damage, plus I'll roll my sneak attack.
How would you like to do this?
Efimia did almost all the work. I'm just like coming out of the garbage just to be like, final kill, like final blow. Taking the credit for the project that I didn't work on.
Achievement unlocked. Cleanup crew.
That's what I did with Edmund.
So honestly, in my mind, it's just a blind slash in a very emotional state. And little did I know that was going to be the killing blow. Good thing I had permission. 22.
22 points of damage. Talk about overkill.
Sludge dies.
Yep.
I'm just gonna turn to Efimia. Sorry, needed a little mental break. Didn't mean to leave you hanging.
Oh, don't mind me. It's fine. I just have an arrow in my arm.
I'm really sorry about that. Speak of which, have any of you seen a contact? And this old man
I regret everything.
is going to lower his bow and put it on the ground. And he raises his hands and he says, I really feel like Sludge had no business getting into your business. I'm really sorry that we are hunting for your friend Zag. My niece kind of misled you, but we don't have Avery. Another ship took her.
What do you mean another ship took Avery? Like, what ship?
Well, as you can see here, and behind your ship, he wheels out a flying motorcycle.
Okay, Hagrid.
Yeah, and he points at the motorcycle and he's like, well, we had 2 of these to come and find Zag. There were 3 of us initially. When we first got here, we, took care of your friends, and then Sludge noticed that Zag's scent was on Avery, your dog. She told us her name, obviously, but because of which, we realized that how do you get to somebody but take their pet? So, my comrade took Avery and flew off into the night.
Where did he go?
I would assume back to Avalar, back to King Yorlin Bane, who is looking for Zag. He's who hired us. I have no qualms with you. I don't wish to do you any harm. I'm just the messenger. And I'm sorry that I shot you being the messenger, because they say don't shoot the messenger. How ironic is that, am I right?
Well, I think I know where your contact is.
Where?
In my arm.
Goodness. Is it helping you see any better?
No!
Does this man realize that his niece has passed away?
Oh no, he thinks that she is 100% knocked unconscious.
She took a deep nap, dirt nap, but a deep
it's
one.
okay. As soon as Sludge wakes up, she will be good to go. I'll explain the whole situation to her, and we can figure it out from there.
Efimia just goes wide-eyed and walks over to War and Cassidy. Just starts undoing them, not saying a word.
He's also a ranger, and he has cure wounds. Even though she's dead, she can be healed.
Okay.
So the thought is,
I want to roleplay that because I feel really bad.
Yeah, so as he walks over to his niece, kneels down, and is going to cast Cure Wounds, but is going to do it in such a way that she is conscious but not able to do anything. She's living but not conscious, should I say. She starts breathing again. She's totally healed. Wounds mend. She looks, worse for wear, but a lot better than she did. I'm sorry that, we tied up your friends, but I like to think that you can catch more flies with honey than vinegar. So if you wouldn't mind, do you mind telling me where your friend Zag is?
First off, I just want to say that Selene takes a big sigh of relief, and now post-embarrassment is in slight existential crisis as she's thinking about everything that Grom has said to her about being a good person, and if anything had changed now that she's a fallen Azamar, which she'd kind of forgot about for just a minute, but is remembering that as she's having this crisis.
Efimia just doesn't care for orcs.
I mean,
That's fair.
They have been all after Zag so far, because orcs are mercenaries in this world. So,
So let's do a classic knocked prone party sidebar. I'm gonna whisper over to Efimia. There's no way we can tell him. We can't tell him. But what are we supposed to do? I mean, Grom will be so heartbroken if we don't know where Avery is. I don't even know. Zag's dad? Like, I feel like I just don't even know what to do.
Listen, honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that Avery was gone, I would still debate on killing the old man. Because nobody takes the dog, okay? But I do not feel comfortable giving Zag up to his father, who's been trying to kill him this whole time.
You're right. I don't trust who he is as a person. We'll just have to let Zag know. I'm going to turn back to... What is his name?
Oh, sorry, I didn't introduce myself. I'm Coot.
That makes sense.
So I'm going to turn...
Well, technically my name is Coulter, but the orcs call me Coot because I'm old, and it kind of just stuck. You can call me Coot. It's fine. I know. I'm old as dirt.
I hate to break it to you, but we're not going to tell you where Zag is, but we will pass this along to him.
Here's the deal. You don't have to tell me right now. I can buy you some time. I understand that this is a hard decision to make. I can buy you a week, but with Avery, it's only a matter of time before Yorland does something drastic. And I can't be there to save her. I disagree with what's happening right now. I don't think it's right that we took your dog. And he's going to pull out his walkie-talkie and he's going to say, I'm going to make a call real quick. I promise this is going to buy you a week. You have a week to make the decision to bring us Zag, but until then, is that okay? Because if you kill me right now, I've lived a long life, I understand. I'm just saying, if you kill me, Yorland will come and find you, and Avery might die. That dog is a sweet dog. I don't think that that's what you want.
How do I know that I can trust you at all? Yeah, I mean, regardless of what your thoughts are, you still came here. You still held up your bow at me. I don't think you're faultless in this.
I don't think I am either. I was trying to support my niece, and if it makes it any better, he's going to reach down and unclip this belt from around Sludge's waist, and he'll hand it to you. It's a poisoner's kit. With this, you can apply 2d8 poisoning damage to your weapons as a bonus action, and then he'll also hand over his longbow, toss it on the ground. I don't want to hurt you. I don't mean you any harm. And he brings out a little pocket knife and cuts loose your friends, Warren Cassidy. I promise, if you let me make this call and you let me walk out of here, this will work out for everyone.
Why are you working for Yorland if you seem so generous towards us and even Zag and Avery?
Orcs don't have an easy time in this world. Orcs are born most of the time into troubled backstories, and I was trying to get my niece out of it. She seems convinced that the only way out was through Yorland, as many of the young orcs are. But I've lived longer than Yorland has. I've seen many corrupt kings rise and fall to know that this one can't be trusted, and neither could the last. Even if he promises riches, if I brought Zag back to him, he might just have me killed so that he doesn't have to pay me. Sludge wasn't so convinced, so now that she's passed out and we have a little bit of time to talk, I just wanted to let you know that, and I will wait to bring her back to consciousness until you are gone, because I want her to know that we completed the goal. And he again points at his walkie-talkie and he says, do we have a deal?
Seems like our best choice.
Fine.
So he will click on the walkie-talkie and he'll say, yes, message for King Bane. Zag has been captured and is being brought as soon as possible. We got caught in some sort of tractor beam in the one man's wasteland, and it's going to take about a week to find some replacement parts through all this junk. We'll be back with Zag as soon as possible. Over. And then he'll look at you and he says, you have 1 week to come back to me. And he gives you a homing device that will show you where his location is. And he says, if you don't hold up your end of the deal, I won't mind that much. But Sludge, hell or high water, will hunt you down.
Then I'll kill her again. But I'm sure there's more where she came from.
Precisely. I'm just trying to put a stop to all of this. I don't like fighting every person that I meet, every contract, more blood on my hands. For what? A better life? I can make do on my own. You could take my motorcycle to get to where you need to go. I'm just gonna stay here so you know where to find me. Both of you, with that, roll me a perception or investigation check with advantage.
17.
17, okay.
I got a 23.
Okay, both of you are going to notice this as clear as day. In the unconscious Sludge's pocket, as well as the conscious Coot's pocket, you see rune crystal phones fly out of their pocket and hover for a moment. With a 23, Efimia, you look around the entirety of the one man's wasteland and the entire horizon that you can see as far as you can see. So many rune crystal phones are starting to hover in the air, and they emit this sickly purple, royal purple hue that fills the entire sky. And I need one of you to roll me a d4.
And I'll go. I got a 4.
You hear as 4 corpses start rising from the garbage. Cassidy, now untied, is going to say, it's just as I feared. We need to get to the Seldarine Avengers headquarters right now. This is Vecna's doing, I know it.
What's the best way to get there? Because don't we have a broken ship?
And a flying motorcycle that holds 2 people. And you can fly.
Okay.
Where's War gonna go?
War looks up and he's like, you guys need to go. I can stay here with the ship, protect it from zombies or mercenaries or whatever else.
We don't need to protect the ship. Well,
we can't exactly take him.
War would prefer to stay with the ship. War is an artificer and has put a lot of work into the Titan ship.
War, lock yourself in.
Yes,
keep yourself protected.
Of course.
And just stay alive.
I'll man the turret inside. I won't come out for anything.
Okay. We'll come back. We'll find you.
Yeah, God's speed. He mans the turret and he shoots down these 4 zombies, but in the distance you hear more.
I'm going to allow my wings to sprout from my back, but they're not my usual brilliant white wings. Instead, my eyes turn into pools of darkness and 2 skeletal ghostly wings sprout from my back. But they work all the same. My identity crisis continues, but I'm able to fly away. Are you going to follow on the motorcycle?
Yeah, Efimia's going to jump on the motorcycle. She's going to grab Cassidy's hand, pull her up, run over to the motorcycle. Do I need keys or anything to run it?
Roll me an Arcana check to see how well you're able to work this motorcycle. You're also proficient with land vehicles, so go ahead and roll it with bonus with your proficiency.
18.
An 18, yeah, you are able to find the keys kind of hidden in a little compartment, and you put them in the engine, and the arcane runes rev to life, and the motorcycle starts to hover in the air, and you guys are able to start flight as Cassidy's in the little sidecar next to you on the motorcycle. Where are you guys heading?
Seldarine Avengers.
Thrycreen Canyon.
Thrycreen Canyon and the Seldarine Avengers headquarters?
Yeah.
Yes, so you guys get into the air. As you are flying, it is so eerie to see all of these rune crystal phones flying in the air, making this network, connecting to one another through beams of purple light. And it is just nighttime right now, but it is as bright as it is day. But if the sun were purple, everything around you is filled with this purple hue. These rune crystals gleaming gold beacons as they are kind of like key points that are floating in the air. And is there anything you would like to do while you journey to Thrycreen Canyon and the Seldarine Avenger headquarters?
How long would the journey be? And if so, with me managing it, would that be able to count towards a short rest? Or no?
So you guys could take a short rest in this time. It'll be a few hours that you'll be flying.
I would
for.
assume I couldn't because I am actively flying.
Yeah. I would say Efimia is able to, especially since Cassidy's kind of able to like switch off driving when it's like, my tailbone hurts, you know. But with Selene, unfortunately, you won't be able to get a short rest in.
Okay, because I'm a bloodied girl. I'm not bloodied now, but I'm not much better.
Well, you guys are able to fly for a few hours, and I believe that is where we're going to end our episode for the night. A huge shout out to Alec this week, who wasn't here for this episode. He just earned his bachelor's degree, so congratulations, Alec. And stay tuned for part 2 of this episode, which will be releasing this Saturday. So that's 3 days from right now. And make sure to check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Noct if you love this content, to help support our show and make it better and better every week. And we hope that you remember when life knocks you flat on your back, all you gotta do is keep rolling, and we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.